Hi, and welcome back to Ask a Pennsylvania Dutchman. My name is Chris LaRose, and this here is Douglas Maidenford, our resident Pennsylvania Dutchman. How are you, Douglas?
I am doing just great.
Doing just great, he says.
Yep.
Well, are you ready for our question?
Yes.
All right, well, today's question comes in from a Rex Tillerson, Secretary of State. And
Rex Tillerson?
That's
the
what
Secretary of State for the United States of America.
Oh, no, here I thought it was an area in Pennsylvania.
Well, there's no Secretary of State.
I mean,
Rex Tillerson's the Secretary of State.
I mean, you got Intercourse, Pennsylvania, and you got,
Blue Ball. But listen,
we
got a question from the Secretary of State.
Well, it sure looks like we did.
Well, what does he want to know from us?
Well, he says,
yeah?
Dear Pennsylvania Dutchman,
yes,
I watch your videos regularly, and it looks like you folks have a lot of answers to a lot of questions.
Well, okay.
What do you suggest that we do to quell this North Korean missile crisis?
Oh my God. They've come to us for a major world diplomatic situation?
Oh, no, hold on. Looks like they came to us for the North Korean missile crisis.
I've been waiting. I've had answers for that since it started.
I mean, if you think about it, we're going to run for president, and they're already trying to get us to work for them before we're elected.
Yeah, do we want to give all our secret answers away?
I say we give them one.
Well, this whole thing with North Korea, well, that's nothing to joke about. That Kim Jong-un, he got rockets. And he says he's doing all these nuclear tests and all this stuff. That's a little scary. But again, I think let's step back. The reaction has been, well, let's just keep picking on him and threaten him and all this stuff. I was taught as a kid, you don't poke the bear for too long before the bear does something dumb, right?
Nope.
So I think let's step back and let's look at it from a Dutch perspective. Because that's the best way to look at anything. I think we can all agree to that. I think if we had, first off,
Dutch representatives.
We could send some Pennsylvania Dutchmen over there and meet with him on his turf. There's a lot of things we have in common. But the something that's really popular in North Korea to eat is this stuff called kimchi. Well, kimchi is nothing more than Pennsylvania Dutch sauerkraut.
But made over there.
So we have a shared food item.
Oh yeah.
Now, it's a little different.
If we have our Pennsylvania Dutch representatives, we'll bring some of our own sauerkraut and red beet eggs, and we'll bring them some PA Dutch beer. There's nobody that won't get along.
No, I would think not. But the other way to when you have people that don't see eye to eye on something, it's because you're not looking at it from the other person's point of view, or you don't know them. Once people get to know each other, a lot of times what they thought was a dividing issue isn't. I would say, well, we said we could send some Dutchmen over there. We could. I say we'd be really radical and
bring them
bold
over here
and bring Kim Jong-un here. Just the Pennsylvania Dutch country.
To Lancaster.
You fly him into Reading Airport there, and he gets off his little plane, and we drive him around. And he meets a couple Pennsylvania Dutch people. We have him for dinner. Now, I'm not saying we bribe the guy. I really think if he got to know us and see our way of life, he'd never, ever want to shoot a missile in our direction.
Nope. Not at all.
We have some sauerkraut on the table. We say, Kim Chung, look at this. It's like your kimchi.
Yeah, I think he'd be fun.
I'm not saying we placate to the guy. I'm just saying, let's have a meal and talk about it instead of, I don't know. I don't want to have a nuclear missile shot at me.
Yeah. Well, I think the solution to this kind of conflict is exactly what you said: red beet eggs, beer, and you just talk to the guy.
Talking solves a lot of issues. We had a video on holding grudges.
But you gotta have good food there. You can't.
Well, yeah, you have to have good food there. But you can't. Holding grudges a lot of times happen because the other side won't talk to the other side. Let's just talk. And hey, maybe it won't work. Maybe he'll get back on his plane and fly back to North Korea and say, "Well, the hell with those guys." And maybe. But you never know.
On the off chance that problems get solved by communication, let's give it a shot.
And if he gets belligerent, then we'll lock him in the outhouse.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of comments on our outhouse video. I bet you Kim Jong watched that one too.
I don't know. Do they have internet in North Korea? Maybe if they started airing Ask a Pennsylvania Dutchman videos in North Korea,
To see what
all
America.
the North Koreans would be like,
Oh, they don't look so
these
bad.
guys are great. Why would we want to buy
I want to
them?
go over there.
I want to, yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Rex, you have a lot of power down there in Washington. I can't tell you what to do. But we're just floating you some ideas.
Mm-hmm.
We are humbled that you would even think of asking us.
Oh yeah.
It might sound crazy at first, but most good things do. That's deep.
Oh yeah. Well, if you think about it, who's gonna choose? If you have two options, if you got your ultimatum here, it's either sitting and talking, eating red beet eggs, and shoe fly pie and all that good stuff, or getting locked in the outhouse. Which one are they gonna take? The first one. Speaking of the outhouse,
Yeah.
do you have a joke for us?
Yeah, you put me on the spot last episode.
Yeah, well, I gotta give him a chance.
I did have an outhouse joke. Little Johnny, they had an outhouse on the farm, and he hated it. It stank in the summer, and it was cold in the winter, and he hated it. But one day in the spring, they had a really heavy rain, and their outhouse was down along the creek, and he thought, here's my opportunity. And the water was rising. He ran over and he pushed the outhouse in the creek, and it washed it away. And he thought, hallelujah, she's gone for good. Later that night, they sat down for dinner, and Johnny's old man said, Johnny, we need to have a talk. Johnny said, okay. The old man said, you know what this is about. Johnny knew. He said, it's about the outhouse, right? The old man said, yeah. Johnny was quick. Johnny said, in school I learned that when George Washington chopped down the cherry tree and asked, and told the truth, that his dad said, oh, okay, that's all right. The old man said, yes, I know that story, but George Washington's dad wasn't in the cherry tree. Yep. Hey,
All right.
we will solve any problems, or at least try to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nuclear war, I don't know if we can get any bigger than that.
I think we can solve that.
We can at least try.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mr. Tillerson, when you have your next cabinet meeting with the president, it might come off a little crazy, but float it. Float it by, see what happens. Sauerkraut with Kim Jong-un.
Operation Sauerkraut.
You never know. Operation Sauerkraut. That sounds like a great movie.
Oh yeah, it'll be our movie, Operation Sauerkraut, where they fly the Dutchman in to deal with problems.
Yeah. I like it.
I can see it working. All right, well you heard it from the Dutchman.
Yep.
Until next time, Mox Good.
Strive for world peace.
Strive for world peace
Through sauerkraut.
through sauerkraut.
They would do it. Mox Good.
Mox Good.
If you have a question, why, you have to email us at busterpa@yahoo.com.